Ladies and gentlemen, as many of you are aware, we've lost a dear friend recently, Schrodinger's cat. He was known for a lot of things, but one of them was correcting issues within the First Amendment auditor community, addressing issues that they're getting consistently wrong. And a lot of First Amendment auditors did not like that. They didn't really enjoy learning about the things that they were trying to be experts on. And some of them have made some truly horrific statements expressing their joy in his passing. And I think that's unacceptable. So I thought, what better way to honor Schrodinger's cat than to piss off the people who are celebrating right now, to remind them we're still here. We're still going to correct them. We're still going to tell them that they are wrong. And we're going to start with Tyrant Slayer Studios, a man who Schrodinger's cat had already discussed. In fact, I think the video we're going to be watching today is one that he actually did himself. And I have not seen that one, but I do know it made Tyrant Slayer Studios very upset. So I figured because he didn't learn anything from that one, maybe he'll learn something from mine. So hold on to your pants, Tyrant Slayer Studios, because the court of Sergeant Blue Bacon is in session.
All right, guys. Wait for this to populate a little here. Here we are.
Tone County Courthouse. Neat, might be important. Let's keep going.
All right, we got a viewer. Share the link. Spread the word. We are live from Tyrant County Courthouse. This is the Rockville Family Courthouse located in Vernon, Connecticut.
That might be important.
This courthouse is home to 3 tyrannical judges, all of which whom are...
Objection on all of which whom?
All of which whom are going to lose their qualified immunity and be prosecuted and sued.
No.
What's up, Six Banger Conspiracy Media? Yeah, I've already paid a call to the local troop, who I know that the marshals inside are going to attempt to call and file a false police report on me, making claims that I'm creating a disturbance or that I can't film. But
You mean that you already know you can't film in that courthouse? Well, let's see how that goes for you. And tell us, what did the troop tell you? You don't say. I'd love to know. Go on. Put it in the comments section. Let's hear it.
we know what the law says, and unless there is a signed order by the judge that restricts access from filming in publicly accessible areas of this courthouse, then our First Amendment absolutely affords us every right and protects our right.
What law would that be? If you wouldn't mind letting me know. The comment section's right there. Just right there. Thank you.
Our First Amendment absolutely affords us every right and protects our right to film our public servants, including the marshals, in the course of their public duties on behalf of the people. So I put the state police on notice, told them that they can expect a call from the marshals when I try to enter the building.
Okay, so what exactly do you think putting someone on notice means? You put them on notice they were going to receive a phone call? What? You mean the thing that happens all the time at a police station? I bet they were terrified.
So they are going to lose their qualified immunity, and they are going to be sued, and they're going to be paying for the damages they've done to my daughter's life, my sons, my four sons' lives, and my life, and that of my wife's life. And we're going to hold the police and marshals responsible, involved in this giant nightmare as well.
A giant nightmare? Oh no, did a First Amendment auditor break the law? Who would have thought? What? The odds are astronomically slim. Now, this was live streamed, when was this? November 29th, 2021. So, not that long ago. It probably hasn't been resolved yet. Has it? Come on, updates, dude. Tell me, what happened? Did you get that lawsuit? Did you get all that money? Did they lose their qualified immunity? Did people lose their jobs? Did you strip those judges of their whatever you would strip a judge of? I need answers. Now, wait a second, this is a family court, so is this like a CPS thing? Are children being removed from your custody? What? Another thing that never happens to auditors. Gosh, I don't think I've ever seen that in all my days. He said sarcastically. It seems to happen quite a bit, actually. Weird.
Our business here today is, this is a First Amendment audit here at the Tyrant County Courthouse, in which I am going to be inspecting records relevant to my family court case. These records have been obstructed, and my access to them has been restricted over and over and over and over again, which has reduced my ability to self-represent and make progress in my family court case down to next to nothing. It's totally unacceptable, and it's causing great harm and great suffering and trauma to my daughter in her life.
But are you filing your request properly? Are you going through the correct channels? Are you sending the right emails? Are you doing everything the way that you're supposed to do it? I have my doubts, mostly because you're a member of the auditing community, and in my experience, not all, but most don't really understand how all this works, despite having been through the system quite a few times. You've got time. You've got time to actually learn the law, but do you? No, I don't think so. So I have some guesses how this is going to go down. Let's find out.
And we're here today to go ahead and create record of what happens when I go into my courthouse and try to acquire the records that I should have already had months ago.
His courthouse. Okay. Hey, you see those signs on the right? Hold on, let's go back to this.
You
see those signs right there? You see those signs? I bet one of them says, "Don't film in here." But gosh, he doesn't look at them, does he? What a shame. If only. I'm sure that we can find out later, though. I'm sure we can check that. Okay.
Months ago. So let's see how this goes here today. Bring our bike inside. Tyrant Studios Mobile 1. See if this guy will hold the door for me. Hey, you mind holding this door for me?
No, you can't bring your bicycle in here.
I can't?
No.
Why not? It's worth like $2,500. It's not safe outside.
$2,500 bike? Hey, bud. Bike locks are, I don't know, $5 on Amazon? Get 5 of them. Get 10 of them. $50. You can chain your bike up all you want in front of a courthouse, a place that I would assume is a pretty safe place to put a bike, chained up outside because of the cameras and the security and the police and the marshals. I'm just saying. Now, it might take a while to get your bike unlocked, but that's just what you got to do, I guess. Your $2,500 bike. I'm just saying, you got options. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Is there like a reasonable reason why I can't bring my bike inside?
Yes, there is. That's a bike, and that's a courthouse. I feel like nothing else needs to be said. Sorry, sir, your bike's made of metal. It can't go through the metal detector. Have a lovely day.
PD lets me bring it in over there. I just left town hall. They let me bring it in over there.
Hey, guess what? Between you and me, the police department and the town hall are different buildings from the courthouse. What? Oh, gosh. Now, you mean to tell me that different buildings have different rules? Next, you'll be telling me that even though I can be shirtless at the public pool, I can't be shirtless at the public library. What have things come to these days? Who's in charge of this? I demand to speak to a manager.
So here we are, off to a great start. We got moron number 1 and moron number 2.
You know what? I got to give him this one. Moron number 1 is his reflection in the bike mirror, and moron number 2 is his reflection in the door. So you got that one right.
Let's see what these morons want to do here with me. So let's go conduct our business.
Oh, yeah, no, sure, the bike's too expensive to leave outside, but just place it against the wall and walk away. That makes sense. Well done. Good job.
This won't make it through the metal detector.
Well, unfortunately, you can't record in the building. You know that.
I can. It's my First Amendment right.
And unless there's a signed order by the judge that prohibits access to publicly accessible areas in recording. I've already called the state police, so if you want to call them, you can.
And what did they tell you? What did they tell you? Did they say, okay, sir? Because last I checked, you put them on notice they were getting a phone call, and they probably did not care. Did they tell you can record? Is that what they said? Or did you just say, I'm going to do this? And they went, this guy.
I'm going to tell you the same
We've
thing.
been through this already. You need a master to be in the building.
Oh, I have a master's.
We've been through this already. So he's done this before. So he does know better. And now we're on to masks. Let's see what happens here.
It's right here. Yeah, I got a mask. I'll let you violate that right.
You go on and tell me what right is being violated by the requirement to wear a mask so that other people aren't infected by a dangerous virus. Maybe while you're telling me what that right is, you should look up Jacobson versus Massachusetts. Just a thought. Ooh, the Supreme Court's got you on this one, bud. Sorry about that. Might want to actually learn how law works before you start trying to cite the Constitution. Oh! It's delightful. Love it. We're already off to a great start. We're only 4 minutes and 20 seconds into his video. And let me tell you, that's appropriate because we are just believes in him. Whew!
Don't let them know. We'll call them.
But I did call state police, and
All
they
right,
are
well,
aware
we're gonna
of
call
what I'm
them. You
doing
can't
here.
come in recording.
And what did they say? And what did they say when you called them? Because you haven't told us. I called the Pope and he didn't answer, which means that I am now Jesus. It doesn't work that way, does it? Does it? Don't think so. Does it work that way? You tell me if that made me Jesus, right? No? Okay. Cool.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. The First Amendment says I can, and if you're going to try to stop me, you're going to have a serious problem.
Does the First Amendment say that? Where's the First Amendment say that you can film in a courtroom? Oh gosh, I don't think it does. The First Amendment gives you the right to the freedom of press, but well, good golly gosh, cameras weren't even invented when that was written. So, ooh, you know what? I think you're gonna have to do something like write things down, like a normal person, like they've been doing for centuries, even longer, in fact. Shocking, I know.
Recording our public officials in the course of their
Oh,
official
geez,
duties in
nothing
public
else
is
to
a
do.
First
You gotta
Amendment
get
protected
that.
activity. It's protected by the Constitution of the United States. So unless there's a signed order from a judge that is housed in this courtroom that restricts access to publicly accessible areas and the recording of our public servants in those areas, and if there's no signed order by a judge that restricts that, then I have full free range to walk into any publicly accessible area of this courthouse and film my officials in the course of their official duties. That's what the law says.
Citation needed. Would love to see that. I'm guessing that it does exist because A, they've told you not to. B, they've indicated this is not the first time this has happened. And I don't know that I have a C. Said that went up poorly. You know what? Let's check though. He gave us the location. Let's check to see if that's a real thing. Let's look it up. Do they have a notice that you can't film in this courthouse? All right, folks, I think I've got enough information to put together something tangible. So, this is the Toland Judicial District, and it appears to be a Superior Court, or, close enough that Superior Court rules should apply. So, why don't we take a look at what those rules are? I mean, if he's not going to do the work, I might as well, because, I want you to learn something, which apparently Tyrant Slayer never did, and now he has to find out that he was wrong in this very embarrassing video. Well, embarrassing for him, not for me. I'm having the time of my life here. Getting a message, though. Oh, Tyrant Slayer, that was your mother. She said thank you. I know I'm being a little more than I usually am, but he earned this. Oh boy, did he earn this. Anyway, here's a document from the Connecticut government about the use and possession of electronic devices in Superior Court facilities. And you might remember, it says Superior Court right here, so I assume this probably applies. Now let's go down to what a person's prohibited from doing. All right, they're prohibited from using a cell phone or any other electronic device to take pictures, except that a person may use a cell phone or other electronic device to photograph court records in a clerk's office, as long as doing so does not unreasonably interfere with the operation of the clerk's office. Now, we know that he's not taking pictures, he's just filming, he's broadcasting, in fact. Now, if he wanted to go up to the counter and take some snapshots of some documents, by all means, but that's not what that bit is about. Let's keep going. What else is prohibited? Taking videos? What? Making sound recordings? No. Broadcast sound? Oh my goodness. And broadcast still removing images, such as video. What? Who would have thought? Oh my goodness, the people at the front door actually are correct? Well, that just doesn't seem right. Uh-oh, we got exceptions here. Am I wrong? Am I wrong about this? Let's keep reading. Exceptions. With the permission of the judge or other judicial authority, a person may use a personal computer for note-taking in the... Does not matter. A person who's participating, nope. Other electronic devices may be used in the courtroom. He's not in the courtroom, doesn't matter. For members of the media, oh no, now we're getting into risky territory, because he could maybe be considered a member of the media. There are court cases that might seem to indicate that. Oh, I'm getting a little nervous. I'm starting to shake. Look at that. Members of the media, as defined in Section 1-10 Alpha of the Practice Book, may broadcast, televise, record, and photograph court proceedings and trials permitted by court rules and approved by the judicial authority. Oh, well, okay, so not as worried now because it actually has to be approved. You have to submit for that approval. In fact, you got to submit, I believe, 3 days early. We can check that. But before we do, let's check out what the definition of media is for this particular context. It would be for purposes of these rules. Media means any person or entity that is regularly engaged in the gathering and dissemination of news, and that is approved by the Office of the Chief Court Administrator. Were you approved, Tyrant? I bet you weren't. I bet it's pretty easy to get approved too if, you're doing legitimate news stuff. Why have you never tried that? Have you? I really want to know. Comment section! And per the 3-day thing, I found that as well. Unless good cause is shown, any media or pool representative seeking to broadcast, televise, record, or photograph a civil proceeding or trial shall, at least 3 days prior to the commencement of the proceeding or trial, submit a written notice of media coverage to the administrative judge of the judicial district where the proceeding is to be heard or the case is to be tried. Now, you're not technically involved in an actual trial, civil or criminal, with what you're trying to do. I'm sure it's related. I don't know if that counts. But regardless, you are not considered media under these rules. So I would love to know where this whole, it has to be posted and signed by a judge is coming from, because maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe you heard something from someone else, never bothered to confirm it. It's something that doesn't even apply to your area, perhaps, and you just decide to roll with it, because why learn facts when you can just be angry on the internet? And to be honest, I understand why you do it. I'm having a lot of fun. Whew. Getting a little energy out, just, working my core, I guess. Just there's a lot of flexing down there that you can't see. There's some Kegel action. My quads are going to look delightful after this. Why am I flexing my quads? I don't believe I owe you an explanation. Let's move on and keep going with the video.
If you guys want to challenge that, that's fine, but ultimately I'm going to end up coming inside. I'm going to be using your database and inspecting records today. I'm going to be asking the clerk some questions, and I'm going to create adjective record for the news story.
How sure about that are you? I wouldn't be as confident about this as you are.
Fairly well. Sir, you're not allowed to film in here.
I can film. I've already talked to state police.
Nope. Wrong. We've just figured that out for him. But I think I have this sneaking suspicion that he's going to learn on his own.
Talked to state police. I've talked to an attorney. I know what my rights are. I'm well within my rights. I'm not doing anything illegal here.
I know I keep repeating the same thing, but first of all, you're wrong. Second, I'd love to actually know what the police and the attorneys are saying. Are they real police? Are they real attorneys? Are they actually saying the things that would corroborate what you're saying? And the third thing is you've just been issued a trespass notice, by the way. When he told you to leave and then you didn't, well, gosh, you're actually breaking the law now. What? Who would have thought coming into this video that this man would be breaking the law? My goodness. You hate to see it. You really do.
Just here to inspect some records today. I've already called state police, let them know that I'm going to be here and that the marshals need to be educated on the law. Yeah, they know. I already called them before I came in here.
So can we just make it easy? Just step outside till they get here. If they say otherwise, then that's fine. But right now, you can't be in the building.
But I'm trying to work with you. Just have a reasonable conversation with me.
No, you're not. You're not trying to work with them at all. You're trying to get your way no matter what. If you were trying to work with them, there'd be a little gift, there'd be a little cake, there'd be some, back and forth where you guys are being agreeable. But you're saying, no, you're wrong. In fact, you are wrong, actually, Tyrant. They are, in fact, correct. You're not trying to work with them at all. If you were trying to work with them, you'd probably have taken steps to actually, look this up in the first place. If you really want to be working with them, but that's not what this is about. No, it's not. Don't lie to them. Don't. Stop it. They're better than you.
I know what the laws are. I'm well aware of what the laws are.
If you step outside, Wait till they get here, we'll figure it out.
It's much warmer in here. I'd rather
You can
stand
wait in
here.
the foyer. You can't
Okay.
record
Would you
inside
like to come to the foyer and speak with me?
You can't record inside the building. I'm asking you nicely.
Oh, I'm stepping out, but are you restricting my access here, Sergeant
As of
Diaz?
right now, yes, the CSP
Yeah,
gets
as of
here.
right now, yes, yeah. Because we need the state's police. We need state police permission to inspect public records and film in publicly accessible areas of our state.
You know, I'd be willing to bet that the state police are like, "Pfft, okay, go ahead, engage in that course of action. But that's your business, right? They're not going to set up a blockade and be like, all right, keep an eye out for this man. Do you see him? No, he's not there. I've got nothing as well. That's not going to happen. Because it doesn't need to. The courthouse has its own law enforcement that can take care of it. So if they have a problem with it, they have a problem with it. And the state police are like, okay, guy, whatever you say.
Oh, okay, go ahead. You're in. No, I'm not blocking anything.
Excuse me.
Oh, I was talking to this gentleman.
Excuse me.
Just wait out there.
Yeah, he wants you to stop holding the door open.
Sorry.
Well, I asked you a question.
Can you just wait out there? We'll be with
I
you.
am waiting out here. I was just asking you a question. Yeah. There you go. Connecticut's finest. Look at these monkeys. It's like they're not even people. They're robots, malevolent drones.
Well, how dare the police know how the law works? Bah, what a terrible reality.
Sir, your rights don't matter here. Sir, this isn't the United States. You don't have any rights here. I'm Sergeant Diaz. I'm in charge. Okay. We'll see how far this goes.
I imagine it's going to go as far as whatever the distance from the courthouse to the jail is. Regarding his, oh, I don't have rights, I'm not in America. All that's doing is telling every single person you don't know how the First Amendment works. Guess what, bud? The First Amendment can be restricted. And let me give you my favorite example. You have the First Amendment right to the freedom of religion, right? But I can't be like, I'm a Satanist, and I will be sacrificing babies every Tuesday. Just random babies off the street. Excuse me, ma'am, taking a baby out of the stroller and just can't do that. But that infringes on my freedom of religion. So, oh goodness, it's almost as if there are restrictions that can be made, which he actually identified earlier by saying that there could be restrictions on filming if there was a signed notice from the judge. So obviously he knows that restrictions can happen. He's incorrect, I believe, about that signed notice. I haven't found anything that actually indicates that is required. Like, it's not exactly a bastion of correct information.
So the objective here today, folks, is we are inspecting records relevant to my family court case, which those clerks in there have been obstructing for months. Wait until you see the emails I dump online for you guys to read.
Well, where are they? I'd love to see them. Hey, how about you put them in the comment section, bud? Okay.
You got the chief clerk. What is his name? The chief clerk. Big fatty.
I don't think that's his name.
He's forged his name, forged his signature as someone else's signature in email correspondence to me. He's corresponding to me in email with the name of a retired clerk and telling me why I'm not getting my records.
Well, I'm going to need to see some evidence of that because #doubt.
On June the 3rd, I came down to this courthouse to physically pick up the records that were prepared for me by the head custodian of records, Sharon Rosado. She emailed me, told me that they were physically here, physically prepared, and ready to be picked up. So, what do? We come here. We go to physically pick up those records, and what do the lying clerks who are abusing their power and playing charades with the people say? Oh, there's nothing here for you to pick up. Nothing's been prepared. You haven't filled out any paperwork. The judge never even granted a waiver fee.
So you showed her the email, right? And you're like, but I have this email saying it should be here. That's what you did. Of course, I'm assuming. You didn't? Why not? Surely that would have solved the problem. I can only assume that you didn't because your problem seems to have not been solved. It seems like maybe there was some technical error with the computer, or maybe you misread an email, or sure, maybe you're correct, but you've been wrong consistently so far. So I have my doubts, but I feel like there are solutions to this where you could have been like, well, excuse me, I have this email. Hold on. Here's the name. Can we call them and confirm very politely? Or maybe you tried to enter the courthouse and you were filming and they're like, no, you need to leave. So he made up a story. I don't know. I'm speculating here. But if he gets to make things up about various situations, I don't see why I can't. The difference is I try not to present them as facts.
We don't have any of that on record. Well, they should, because all of that stuff happened. And instead of giving me my records that day, they decided to call the Connecticut State Police on me.
I bet it was for trespassing because you wouldn't leave. Because, gosh, I have some theories that you were making a scene, right? And that's pretty much based on the fact that you stated earlier that they're going to try to kick you out for, I don't know, disorderly conduct or something, which makes me think that maybe they've already kicked you out for disorderly conduct.
Making claims that I'm creating a disturbance.
And filming. Were you filming at the same time? Were they refusing a service because you were filming in violation of the building rules? Maybe. Gosh. Is this a habit? Is this something you do often? I feel like after a while you should learn, you should know better.
Gee, imagine that. So I'm just going to go inside and start recording as soon as the police come here, who I've already called and put on notice. I will upload the static recording of the phone call to Connecticut State Police. So here we go. Inconvening my life.
I don't know what inconvening is. I assume inconveniencing. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong about that. Hey, bud, put the phone down. Lock your bicycle up. Do what you gotta do. Oh, gosh, that's so inconvenient, though. Oh, so inconvenient. My rights. I have them, I think. I don't know what they are. But, how dare you inconvene me for things that I made myself the victim of by being foolish. Anyway, I have to stop there because this is getting kind of long. But we're going to keep going with a part 2. And then we're going to keep going. And then we're going to keep going. We're going to find the other stuff he's mentioned. That phone call, I'd love to try to find it. If I don't, I got another video about him committing a federal crime in a different video. So that's going to be fun. So stay tuned for that. If you want to support this channel, I got stuff down below. I got a Patreon. I got an Etsy. There's some fun stuff in both. Otherwise, like the video. Put some comments. Tell your friends. And until the next time, be good. Stay safe.